Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we did much long to see you. The need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of HamLIT's transformation, so call it, sith nor the exterior nor the inward man, resembles that it was, what it should be, more than his father's death. That thus hath put him so much from the understanding of himself. I cannot dream of, I entreat you both, that, being of so young days brought up with him, and sith so neighbor to his youth and behavior, that you vouchsafe from your rest here in our court. Some little time, so by your companies to draw him unto pleasures, and to gather, so much as from occasion you may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus, that openeth lies within our remedy.
Good gentleman, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am two men there are not living, to whom he more adheres. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill, as to expend your time with us a while, for the supply and profit of our hope, your visitation shall receive such thanks, as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But both we obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent, to lay our service freely at your feet, to be command.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz, and I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son. Go, some of you, and bring these gentlemen where HamLIT is.
Heavens make our presence and practices helpful and pleasant to him.
Aye, amen.
The ambassadors from Norway, my good lord, are joyfully returned.
Thou still hast been the father of good news.
Have I, my lord? I assure my good liege, I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king. And I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy so sure as it hath used to do, that I have found the very cause of HamLIT's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That I do long to hear.
Give first admittance to the ambassadors. My news shall be the fruit to that of great feast.
Thyself do grace to them, and bring them in. He tells me, my dear Gertrude, he hath found the head and source of all your son's distemper.
I doubt it is no other but the maid, his father's death and our o'er-hasty marriage.
Well, we shall shift him. Welcome, my good friends. Say, Voltaman, what from our brother Norway?
Most fair return of greetings and desires. Upon our first, he set out to suppress his nephew's levies, which to him appeared to be preparation against the Polack. But better looked into, he truly found it was against your highness, whereat grieved that his sickness and age and impotence was falsely born in land, stands out in arrest, on fortune boss, which he in brief obeys, receives rebuke from Norway, and in fine, makes vow before his uncle nevermore, to give the assay of arms, and against your majesty, whereon old Norway, overcome with joy, gives him 3,000 crowns in annual fees, and his commission to employ those soldiers, so levied as before, against the Polack, within entreaty herein further shown. That it may please you to give quite the pass, through your dominions for this enterprise, on such regards of safety and allowance, as therein are set down.
It likes us well, and at a more considerate time well read, answer and think upon this business. Meantime, we thank you for your well-took labor. Go to rest, and at night we'll feast together. Most welcome home.
This business is well ended, my liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, what day is day, night is night, and time is time. We're nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tedious the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad, mad call I it, for to define true madness, but isn't but to be nothing else but mad. But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madame, I swear I use no art at all, that he is mad, 'tis true, 'tis pity, and pity 'tis true, a foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad let us grant him, then, and now remains, that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather say, the cause of this defect, for this effect defective comes by cause, thus it remains, and the remainder thus perpend. I have a daughter, have while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience mark, hath given me this, now gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautifies is a vile phrase, but you shall hear thus. In her excellent white bosom these, etc.
Came this from Hamlet to her?
Good madam, stay a while, I will be faithful. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. O dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers, I have not art to reckon my groans, but I love thee best, O most best, believe it, adieu. Thine evermore, most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him, Hamlet. This in obedience hath my daughter shown me, and more above hath his solicitings, as they fell out by time, by means and place, all given to mine ear.
But how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honorable.
I would fain prove so, but what might you think when I had seen this hot love on the wing? As I perceived it, I must tell you that before my daughter told me. What might you? Or my dear majesty, your queen here, think. If I had played the desk or table book, or given my heart a winking, mute and dumb, or looked upon this love with idle sight, what might you think? No, I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince out of thy star, this must not be, and then I precepts gave her. Then she should lock herself from his resort. Admit no messengers, receive no tokens, which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he repulsed a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, and then into a fast, thence to a watch, thence into a weakness, thence to a lightness, and by this declension, into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be very likely.
Hath there been such a time I'd fain know that had positively said 'tis so, when it proved otherwise?
Not that I know.
Take this from this, and this be otherwise. If circumstances lead me, I will find where truth is hid, though it were hid indeed, within the center.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together, here in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I'll lose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind and harass then. Mark the encounter, if he love her not, and be not from his reason to fall in thereon. Let me be no assistant for estate, but keep a farm and carters.
We will try it.
Away I do beseech you, both away. I'll board him presently. Oh, give me a leave. How does my good lord, Hamlet?
Well, God have mercy.
You know me, my lord?
Excellent well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
I, sir, to be honest, as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a good kiss and carry on, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive it. Friend, look to it.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter, yet he knew me not as first, as he said I was a fishmonger. He is far gone, far gone. And truly in my youth I suffered much extremity for love, very near this. I'll speak to him again. What do you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber and plum tree gum, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hams. All which, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty. To have it thus set down for yourself, sir, shall grow old, as I am, if like a crab you could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are, a happiness that often madness hits on, which reason and sanity could not so prosperously be delivered of. I will leave him, and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. My honorable lord, I will most humbly take my leave from you.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part with all, except my life, except my life, except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
Go to seek the Lord HamLIT. There he is.
God save you, sir.
My honored lord.
My most dear lord.
My excellent good friends, how dost thou? Guildenstern, Rosencrantz, good lads, how do ye both?
As the indifferent children of the earth,
Happy in that we are not over happy. On fortune's cap we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoe?
neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist, or in the middle of her favors?
Faith, her private suite.
In the secret parts of fortune? Almost true. She is a strumpet. What's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near? But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune, that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one?
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why, then 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why then your ambition makes it one 'tis too narrow for your mind?
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams are indeed our ambition, for the very substance of ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly, and I hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow's shadow.
Beggars' bodies and our monarchs and outstretched heroes, the beggars' shadows. Shall we to the court? For by my fay I cannot reason.
We will wait upon you.
Wow.
No such matter. I will not sort you with the rest of my servants, for, to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you, and sure, dear friends, my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me. Come, nay, speak!
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose you were sent for, and there is a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me, but let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more dear a better proposer could charge with you withal, and be even and direct with me, whether you are sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay, then I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovery, and your secrecy to the king and queen malt no feather I have of late. But wherefore I know not, lost all of my mirth, foregone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory, this most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'er-hanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, why it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, no, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there is no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in what man, let in entertainment the player shall receive from you, we coted them on the way, and hither are they, coming to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome, his majesty shall have tribute of me. The adventurous knight shall use his foil and target the lover shall not sigh gratis. The humorous man shall end his part in peace. The clown shall make those laugh whose lungs are tickled o' the sere, and the lady shall say her mind freely, or the blank verse shall halt fort. What players are they?
Even those you were wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city.
How chances it they travel? Their residence both in reputation and profit was better both ways.
I think their inhibition comes by the means of their late innovation.
Do they hold the same estimation they did when I was in the city? Are they so followed?
No, indeed, are they not?
How comes it? Do they grow rusty?
Nay, their endeavour keeps them in the wonted pace, but there is, sir, an array of children, little Isis, that cry out on the top of question, and are most tyrannical. Clap forward, these are now the fashion, and so berattle the common sages, so they call them, that many wearing rapiers are afraid of goose quills, and dare scarce come thither.
What, are they children? Who maintains them? How are they escoted? Will they pursue the quality no longer than they can sing? Will they not say afterwards, if they should grow themselves to common players, as it is most like, if their means are no better, their winters do them wrong, to make them exclaim against their own secession?
Faith, there has been much to do on both sides, and the nation holds it no sin to tear them to controversy. There was, for a while, no money bid for argument, unless the poet and the player went to cuffs in the question.
Is it possible?
Oh, there has been much throwing about of brains.
Do the boys carry it away?
Aye, that they do, my lord. Hercules and his load too.
It is not very strange, for mine uncle is king of Denmark, and those that would make mows at him while my father lived give 20, 40, 50, and 100 ducats apiece for his picture and little. So, blood, there is something in this more than natural, if philosophy could find it out.
There are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. Your hands come then. The appurtenance of welcome is fashion and ceremony. Let me comply with you in this garb, lest my extent to the players, which I tell you must show fairly outward, should more appear like entertainment than yours. You are welcome, but my uncle father and aunt mother are deceived.
And what, my dear lord?
I am but mad, north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw.
Will be with you, gentlemen.
Hark you, Guildenstern, and you too. At each ear I hear, that great baby you see there is not yet out of his swaddling clouts.
Happily he's the second time come to them, for they say an old man is twice a child.
I will prophesy he comes to tell me of the players. Mark it, you say right, sir, O Monday morning?
My lord, I have news to tell you.
My lord, I have news to tell you. When Rosich was an actor in Rome.
The actors are come hither, my lord.
Buzz, buzz!
Upon mine honor.
Then came each actor on his ass.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical, historical pastoral, scene, individual, or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, nor Plautus too light. For the law of writ and the liberty, these are the only men.
O Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hadst thou!
What a treasure had he, my lord!
Why, one fair daughter, and no more, the which he loved passing well.
Still, on my daughter.
Am I not in the right, old Jephthah?
If you call me Jephthah, my lord, I have a daughter and that I love passing well.
Nay, that follows not.
What follows then, my lord?
Why, as by lot, God wot, and then you know it came to pass as most like it was. The first row of the pious chanson will show you more, for look where my abridgment comes. You are welcome. Masters, welcome all. I am glad to see thee well. Welcome, good friends. O my old friend, thy face is balanced since I saw thee last. Comest thou to beard me in Denmark? What, my young lady and mistress, byre lady, your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw you last. By the altitude of a chopine, pray God, your voice, like a piece of uncurrent gold, be not cracked within the ring. Masters, you are all welcome. Welling to it like French falconers fly at anything we will see. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
Anon he finds him striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command, unequal matched. Pyrrhus and Priam drives, in rage strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the unearned father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow with flaming top, stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear. For, lo, his sword, which is declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed I the air to stake. So as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter did nothing. But as we often see against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rack stands still, the bold wind speechless and the orb below, as hush as death. Anon the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So after Pyrrhus' pause, aroused vengeance sets him new a work. And never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars' armor, forged for proof eternity. With less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out, out thou strumpet, fortune! All you gods and general synod, take away her power, break all the spokes and fellies from her will, and bowl the round nave down the hill of heaven, as low as to the fiends.
This is too long.
It shall to the barbers with your beard. Prithee, say on, he's for a jig, or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Say on, come to Hecuba.
But who hath seen the Mobley Queen?
Mobley Queen?
That's good. Mobley Queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames, with besom room a cloud upon the head. Where late the diadem stood for a robe. About her lanken, all o'erteemed loins, a blanket in the arm of fear caught up. Who this had seen with tongue in venom steeped, 'gainst fortune's state with treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport, and mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven and passion in the gods.
Look, whether he has not turned his color and has tears in eyes, pray you no more.
'Tis well. I'll have thee speak out the rest soon. Good, my lord. Will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are abstract and brief, chronicles of the time. After your death, you were better have a bad epithet than their ill report while you live.
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
God's bodykins, man, much better. Use every man after his desert, and who should escape whipping, use them after your own honor and indignity, the less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
Follow him, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. But first, dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
Well, had it tomorrow night, you could for a need study a speech of some dozen or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert in it. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that lord, and look you not mock him. My good friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
Aye, so, God be with ye. Aye, goodbye to you. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul to his own conceit? That from her working all his visage wane, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting, with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing? For Hecuba? What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, and appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy-mettled rascal, peak like a John o' Dreams unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing, no, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my pate across, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the lie or the throat, as deep as to the lungs, who does me this? Ha! Swounds, I should take it, for it cannot be, but I am pigeon-livered, and lack gall, to make oppression bitter, or ere this I should have fated all the region kites, with the slaves of awful body, bloody body villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain. Oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I! This is the most brave that I, the son of a dear father, murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must like a whore unpack my heart with words, and fall a-cursing, like a very drab a scullion? Fie, upon it, foe! About my brain I have heard, that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefictions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is a very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds, more relative than this. The play is the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
God save you, sir!
Okay, no.